With such a historic series, it's easy to forget the fact that OU and Miami have met only 6 times. With the series tied at 3 games apiece, the Sooners came into Landshark Stadium on Saturday night without their Heisman-winning quarterback, but with an impressive 2-game shutout streak. Meanwhile, Miami came in off an embarrassing 31-7 loss at the hands of Virginia Tech. So this game would answer some questions. Was that loss an aberration? And was OU's defense for real?
OU had outscored its last 2 opponents 109-0, with redshirt freshman quarterback Landry Jones at the helm. The last time these 2 teams played in Miami was the 1988 Orange Bowl, in which Miami claimed its 2nd national title with a 20-14 win. The Hurricanes were driving on their first possession of the game when sophomore quarterback Ja'Cory Harris went deep on the play-action pass and found a wide-open Dominique Franks. That was one of 2 OU interceptions on the night. So, second play from scrimmage for the Sooners offense, Landry Jones finds Ryan Broyles on the crossing pattern for a 37-yard gain. Unfortunately, the speedy sophomore would go down hard. More on that in a minute. Sooners would cap their first possession with a 16-yard pretty touchdown pass from Jones to Cameron Kenny. OU led 7-0, 4.5 minutes in. The drive covered 84 yards in 8 plays. Kenny led all receivers with 6 catches for 72 yards. Late in the first quarter, Chris Brown broke off the 48-yard run from OU's own 1-yard line, would lead to a 21-yard Jimmy Stevens field goal. OU led 10-0 early in the second quarter. Brown ran 11 times for 75 yards. Midway through the second, Miami finally struck when Ja'Cory Harris found big tight end Jimmy Graham for the 18-yard score. OU led 10-7. That was Graham's only catch of the game. Before the half, there was another OU superstar making his way off the field because of injury. Broyles suffered what's being called a fractured shoulder blade and will miss considerable time. Meanwhile, once the second half started, news wasn't any better for Bob Stoops' boys. Landry Jones fumbled after being blindsided. Miami quickly scored to take the 14-10 lead. Then midway through the third, Travis Benjamin made the great catch on the Harris throw and ran in for the 38-yard touchdown. Canes had taken a 21-10 lead. The Sooners were reeling. But they weren't done yet. DeMarco Murray took the bubble screen from Jones and raced down to the 2-yard line. With 3:43 left in the third, Murray scored from 2 yards out. Miami led 21-17. Murray led the Sooners on the ground with 84 yards on 23 carries. Then, late in the fourth, after a 51-yard punt return by Dominique Franks, OU made a run at the lead, but the drive stalled out. And on 4th and 12, Coach Stoops chose to kick the 39-yard field goal. It was good. OU trailed by only 1 with over 4 minutes left. But similar to BYU, OU's defense just couldn't get off the field. Miami converted on 3rd and 6 and then ran out the clock. The Hurricanes outgained the Sooners by 1 yard, 342-341, and outscored them by 1 point, as Miami beats Oklahoma 21-20.
I think I'll say this though. I really am pleased with the attitude of our guys, the way they work. I thought they played with a lot of effort and heart tonight. I don't see any of that. Played physical in all parts of the game, so it isn't like we turned anything down. In the end, you're a point short.
We needed to stop and we didn't get it. I mean, they put the game in our hands again, and we didn't take advantage. We didn't do what we were supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, it's some really simple, easy, basic plays. We just couldn't tackle. A lot of times we're there, and we didn't tackle well,
When you're on the road, you can't kick field goals in the red zone. You got to score touchdowns. When you kick field goals in the red zone, it gives the other team momentum. I mean, you just can't do that. You got to score touchdowns. So I feel like had we, executed on those times in the red zone instead of 2 field goals, things would have came out different in the end.
I don't know anything about Broyles right now. Hopefully he comes back. I mean, he's a strong guy, and I think he'll be able to come back and fight. But, whatever they call out my name, I'll be out there to try my best to help the team win.
Well, again, we think we're pretty close. But, again, our schedule allows us to play some tough, competitive, great teams on the road. We've got to be smart enough, tough enough, a good enough team to do the things across the board, kicking game, offense, defense, to win those type games. And right now, in our 2 outings, we've came up short. So that's something that we've stressed. We were close tonight, but we're sitting here on the wrong side of the ledger. So that's not good. That's not what we want.
I think we have to bounce back. Miami bounced back, and every team has to bounce back for a tough loss like this. But I think we can.
Proud of them, knowing that I just still really believe in my team, that they're really a good group to see every day. They come to work hard. They work hard during practice. They're preparing well. So we just gotta fight on now with a tough, Big 12 schedule coming, and be able to be a few plays better.
So the Sooners suffer their second loss of the season by a total of 2 points. OU's injury list looks like an all-star roster. And the prolific offense that put up video game-like numbers last season now puts up numbers more appropriately counted by an abacus. But just as Landshark Stadium is being quickly turned around for a Miami Dolphins game in about 11 hours, so must the Sooners quickly turn around and focus on the next game, the Baylor Bears, 2:30 on Saturday. Reporting from Landshark Stadium in Miami, Damon Fontenot, News OK Sports.